Is this a comic book version of a presidential campaign?
Now you're skipping more votes than any senator to run for president. Why not slow down, get a few more things done first, or at least finish what you started?
I just wonder, in terms of all of that, we look back, your board fired you. I just wondered why you think we should hire you now.
The leading Republican candidate, when you look at the average of national polls right now, is Donald Trump. When you look at him, do you see someone with the moral authority to unite the country?
After questions like that from the big debate last night, the loser, CNBC. And the moderators, they're the losers. But the Republican candidates didn't just sit back and take their attacks. Here to discuss, Fox News legal analyst Peter Johnson Jr. Peter.
Hey, good morning. They didn't sit back and take it. Let's hear how they responded to this barrage of attacks by CNBC's version of Statler, Waldorf, and Dog the Bounty Hunter. Watch it.
The questions that have been asked so far in this debate illustrate why the American people don't trust the media. Nobody watching at home believes that any of the moderators has any intention of voting in a Republican primary.
The Democrats have the ultimate super PAC. It's called the mainstream media.
I'm wearing a Trump tie tonight. Get over that one, okay?
Wait a second. Judge, you want me to answer, you want to answer. Even in New Jersey, what you're doing is called rude.
In about 2 minutes, I renegotiated it down to 2 hours so we can get the hell out of here. Not bad. Not bad.
Thank you, Donald Trump, so we didn't have to sit through another hour of that.
He was right.
It was like a knife fight.
It was more than a knife fight. There was a palpable oozing contempt bordering on disgust for these candidates by these moderators.
Yeah.
So you talk about fair and balanced journalism. This was off the rails, and everybody who's watching it realized it. And you say, what is this about? Why are these people doing that to these presidential candidates?
Well, Peter, it was CNBC, and, the liberal bias of NBC, MSNBC has been known for a long time. Is this a corporate thing, or are these just three lefty people who wound up on the same day?
Donald Trump had it right, and he's had it right on a lot of things. He said this was a money-making exercise for CNBC. So it's cheaper for them to do a debate like this than to buy a reality series. So if they can take advantage of these presidential candidates and in the process make fun of them, intimidate them, ridicule them, hold them up to the criticism of Americans, say, oh, you're too young. Oh, you're too old. Why did you fall behind? Why are you a comic book? Why did you go bankrupt? Why can't you control your own finances?
This is not a TV show. This is the reality of the future of the United States of America.
It's a TV show. It's a money-making exercise. It's an opportunity to make millions of dollars, use these guys, make fun of the Republican candidates, destabilize their candidacy, and at the same time say, this is terrific. We did really great in the ratings last night. And so it's a lose-lose for America, win-win for that particular network.
What's been the official reaction from the Republican Party?
The Republican Party has rightfully said, the RNC chairman has tweeted it out, Reince Priebus said, CNBC should be ashamed of how this debate was handled. And it's got to go beyond that for all Americans and all people who watch this. People can't stand for the mainstream media to do this. They've got to speak out and say, no mas, no mas, no mas. Ask legitimate, fact-based questions. They were so screwed up that they got content and context wrong, and all of these candidates called them out on the facts.
Right.
They're supposed to call the candidates out on the facts. The candidates call the moderators out on the facts. Why did they have the facts so wrong?
Sure.
Well, the reason was because they wanted to have the facts all wrong. And now there's a pushback and a pullback, and everybody says, what a waste of time. A lot of people emerged. Trump did a good job. Cruz did a good job. Rubio did a good job. And so we saw an evolution in the Republican Party last night where people stepping up to the plate. They overcame what was an assassination team put together by CNBC, a political assassination squad.
I think you're right, Peter. It was on CNBC. It was supposed to be a debate. Turned out to be Shark Tank.
Worse. Three Stooges.